Excited for Downton Abbey. That's like this weekend. The 20th is when it comes out. We're excited. Apparently we're going to be talking about Downton Abbey all day, so let's get started. Are we started? Essential oils definitely can help.
We like giveaways.
We do like giveaways. Forget about the dishes, forget about the laundry, forget about all of that for a minute. That's the same with essential oils, you guys. You have to figure out what works for you. You're gonna see a huge difference, Oh, finally I'm seeing comments. Are you guys, did you hear any of that? Hey, you are live. I'm not sure if you heard my introduction.
But it was very good.
It was good. Just kidding, it wasn't that good. Today we are going to be talking about, well, a lot of things actually. Most important is Katrina and her plant talk.
Aw, yay, thanks.
Second most important is Downton Abbey. I don't even know why Danny added it. Danny, you that excited for Downton Abbey?
I think you'll find out.
Oh, I'm gonna find out. Did you guys buy me a ticket to Downton Abbey? He's like, huh,
maybe.
Snap.
Of course we did.
Mom.
It just hasn't come yet. Okay, but before we start talking about all that fun stuff, we're gonna see who's joining us. We have Rachel from sunny New Hampshire, Coriel from Missouri. Tiffany says, hey, you're live, we're live. Sorry if you missed the very beginning. I don't know what was happening. Valerie from Florida, Britt from Oregon, Tiffany from South Carolina, Sarah from Ohio, Mary from Oklahoma. She's doing the party dance hands. We have Amber from North Texas. She wants some fall her way. Starting tomorrow, fall is gonna hit us again. We had a few really warm days and fall's coming again tomorrow. Jocelyn from Toronto's joining us, Liberty from Ohio, Sandy from Vermont. I'm gonna scroll down. Mary says, love Downton Abbey. Me too. And we have Shanoa from Georgia. Who do we have joining us on Instagram?
We have Jones Reagan says hi from Port Orange, Florida. Whiskey Lass 1 says hi from North Carolina. Persephone 6 says hello, hello. It's Julia from DC. The Queen Quad says, hey, from Ohio. And Veggies with a Vengeance says, diffused harvest rain yesterday, and then this morning it rained in Northern California. Coincidence?
I think not. We didn't even plan that. That was amazing. Okay, well, welcome everyone. We're excited to have you. Thanks for joining us. To start our live out today, we are going to start off right with the bang and have a giveaway with our What's in the Name game. So Katrina and I are going to show you this botanical name. You're going to have 60 seconds to guess what essential oil it is. Danny's going to do the introduction and the 60 seconds starts now.
Danny.
I know. I think my brain is just really concentrating today. Because this word is really tough.
Just like flip them and it's a lot easier to guess. Flip the order these are in and it basically tells you what the oil is. When I first saw it, I was like, that has to be the oil. And
funny.
it was.
It was funny because my mom this morning was like, I'm a little confused. I'm not sure if this is the what's in a name or if this is the word unscrambler.
Oh, yeah?
One guess on here is dragon mold.
Oh, dragon mold. That one's a new one. 17 seconds, everybody. I wonder where Moldova
Someone just said,
is.
I have no idea who Abby is and why she is downtown.
Downtown Abbey.
That's what it says.
Sounds like Pretty Woman 2.
Yeah.
And time is up.
Okay, guys, most of you got it correct. It is Moldavian dragon head.
Woohoo!
There it is! What? Okay, wait. Where's it going? Ah, stop. Kendra says, I call myself... Wait, what'd you say, Kendra? I call myself Dragon Lady. So is this one of your favorites?
Yeah, Dragon Lady. Is that because you're so scaly?
We have an oil for that. Just kidding. Okay, so Jesse's going to hop on and tell us who the winner of a 2.5 mil Moldavian dragon head goes to. Moldavian dragon head is a very expensive oil. And the winner, Jesse has it, is at...
Whiskey Lass.
One.
Okay, thank you. I couldn't see it. That
On
was...
Instagram.
Apparently, I need to get my eyes checked today. At Whiskey Lass. At Whiskey Lass 1 on Instagram, you just won yourself a 2.5 mil Moldavian dragon head. And even at that size, that's still like, what'd we say, like over $20?
Yeah.
Over $20 value. So
Not cheap.
not cheap at all. Okay, so we are going to celebrate Downton Abbey in a minute. But before we do that, and if you guys have never seen Downton Abbey, you should watch it. It's not good. Okay, before we do that, Katrina's going to come and join us.
Okay.
And we're going to be talking about some plants. And look how pretty. Is this from your house?
Yeah.
It's so pretty.
Thank you.
Ooh, let me turn down the microphone. I turned up your microphone as you were sitting on it.
Must have been great. Okay, so up here we have an aloe and we have hens and chicks. So which one should we start talking about
Hens
first?
and chicks.
Let's
Oh.
start with aloe first.
Okay. Let me get
Because
set
that's
up
what
here.
I'm familiar with.
Tell us what to do with that droopy leaf.
Oof. Okay, so here's our aloe plant. I think it's supposed to be one of the most easiest basic plants, but a lot of people really struggle with it. And in this case, this leaf, it looks like this because it's being overwatered. You can tell because
And it's a little chunky monkey.
the leaf right here is getting mushy. It shouldn't be so mushy. So honestly, what's going to happen is this guy is going to rot down here at the bottom, and then you're just going to be able to pull him off. And everything else will be fine. But I don't think he's going to,
Bring that one back.
Yeah.
Now that plant has been sitting upstairs in our studio without light.
And
for
when he
probably
says
2
without light, he means that there are no windows up here whatsoever.
Which
Yeah.
is, so it's pretty impressive because it's doing actually pretty good, and it's got like a little sprout in here. So
Yeah.
sometimes they do really good inside. I do think it's getting overwatered, and the soil in here also looks like potting soil and not cactus succulent soil, which also makes a difference because you don't want soil that holds in moisture. Aloe's roots will rot very, very easily. They can go for months without being watered, especially in the wintertime.
So is it a cactus? In the cactus family?
That's a good question, Jerry. I don't know if this is considered a cactus or a succulent. I think it's a succulent, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure because it doesn't have any hairiness, right? So that's usually what makes something a cactus, is if it has a fuzziness or like
But I thought
hairiness.
succulents, I thought a lot of succulents were fuzzy.
I must be a cactus.
Katrina, she just goes like this.
I don't know. So does anybody have any questions on the aloe that I can help to answer? Because I know this is kind of a tricky.
Kristen wants to know what the sticks are for.
I think they were here to prop this guy up.
Oh my
but-
goodness, he just looks like he's getting a
Yeah.
little thick.
Yeah.
We'll
So
have to have a little funeral for that leaf.
yeah.
Does that mean we get to just put it all over us too? That's not summertime, and I bring my kids who are burnt or something.
Whiskey Glass one said succulent, so I don't know if she's
A
saying
lot of
that
people
a
are saying it's a
cactus is-
succulent.
or that's a succulent.
Let's see.
Whiskey something on Instagram.
So what?
Oh, my aloe grew and grew until it took over the world. I like that, Pete. That's
I
true.
can
These
see
these
that.
can get huge, and they can live to be about 25 to 30 years old if you're taking really good care of them. And they can stay in a little pot for a long time. It takes a really long time for them to get root bound. So this can actually grow huge in this little guy here. And I would recommend too also the terracotta pots because it sucks up the moisture. So like a glass pot or a ceramic pot can kind of hold that moisture more. And so you have a higher chance of the roots getting rot.
Caitlin, I believe she's from our customer service.
Oh yeah.
She said she did a quick Google search, and aloe is classified as a cactus.
Oh.
Oh.
Man, see, learn something new. It's a cactus.
I think that's
So-
what she said.
So I did see Kendra asked if her aloe is really skinny, what could that mean? It's like really struggling, and she said she doesn't water it a ton. It's sitting in the window.
So let's see. If it's really skinny, that could mean that it's not getting enough water, especially if it's also starting to turn a little yellow. I mean, these are aloe. I mean, it's filled with that aloe gel. They're filled with water. They should be plump. They shouldn't be squishy, but they should, you should feel that liquid in there. So if they're thinner leaves, that probably means there's just not enough water in there.
We have a lot of people asking how to
take the babies off.
Yeah, and replant.
Okay. So this one doesn't have any good examples because this is still a little guy, but there's a couple ways to replant these or repot them or propagate them. So usually a bigger aloe plant will have little babies coming out here. What are they called? They're called pups, I think. So they're pups, and those you can actually just completely remove and then replant. You can also take the leaf, you can cut it, and if you do that, so you cut the leaf, you're going to want to let it sit out for about a week or two and dry. So you want it to callus over, so the part that you cut will callus over, and then you can dip it in some rooting hormone, or you could just put it straight in the dirt. But it takes a really long time. You have to be very patient if you're trying to, what was that word?
I can't remember. Propagate.
Propagate,
Oh,
thank you. Man, thanks, Danny. You are using your brain today.
You are using your brain.
So if you want to propagate them. But if you have one of those big aloe plants that are crazy, you're going to really want to take it out of the pot so you can look at the roots and then carefully go through it to figure out where the pups are or which leaves you would want to propagate.
How heavy can an aloe plant get? Those
really
things
heavy.
Look like
I mean,
they can get super
they
heavy.
can get huge because they're filled with so much gel and so much water, like very heavy. So if you're going to have a big one, you should really put it somewhere where you're going to keep it there.
So Ashley said, should you cut the floppy piece off? But you said earlier it will just die and it will.
Yeah,
you can just pull it right out.
If you don't like the look of it, you can definitely just cut it off and it'll callus over. Eventually, that bottom part of the leaf will rot off, and it'll really just fall off.
Jerry's throwing scissors at us, you guys.
But that leaf will really just fall off, but you can cut it if you want.
I want you to cut it.
Okay.
All right.
Let's see. Michelle says, can you use the aloe in DIY? So something to note about aloe is because it is a water-based product, you would want to use a preservative if you were using a fresh aloe like this.
Yeah. So here's the aloe, gel. You can squeeze it. A lot of people, when they harvest this, they'll cut it straight down the center and
scrape it all out.
Squeeze or scrape it that way. And you can apply it topically straight like this, but it's not going to emulsify essential oils because it doesn't have, it doesn't have the preservatives and emulsifiers that it needs. It's just the gel. You also want to be careful not to ingest this. It can be toxic even to humans. It could really hurt our stomach, definitely hurt pets and young children too. So even if you're cutting and you get some on your hands, really, and you don't want it there, like it's not a burn or anything like that, wash it off so you don't accidentally stick it in your mouth. Because it can make you feel pretty sick.
I didn't know that.
Now we're having discussion. Cassie says, well, snap, y'all were wrong. I think it was from customer saying it was a succulent. And Kendra says, do we always believe Google though?
Somebody, I can't remember who said it, but they said something about all cactuses are succulents, but not all succulents are cactuses.
Right.
Something like that.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Can you
Carol says, actually, aloe is in the lily family, not a cactus.
Oh,
I'm not
man.
believing any of you. That's all I have to say.
There was a question if you could use the aloe gel in a smoothie, and I would say no. There is aloe juice that you can buy that's refined to get the toxins out of there. I would not recommend squirting that right into a blender though and eating it. It would probably really hurt your stomach.
I did not know that.
I didn't either. That's pretty good to
Let's see. So aloe doesn't need a lot of sunlight. Question mark. That's a question, not a statement.
It needs a decent amount of indirect sunlight, like 5 to 6 hours a day, but it doesn't have to, right? You see these in grocery stores everywhere. It does fine under fluorescent lighting. Is it ideal? No. Is it going to grow quickly? Probably not. But it can stay in offices and classrooms and all kinds of stuff.
So we have a lot of people talking about, but people eat aloe all the time. So
Yeah.
Do you know what the difference is?
I don't. I know you just don't want to crack that open and eat it. What you buy at the store is going to be a lot different. There is aloe vera juice and jelly and all kinds of things, teas probably. But whatever process that goes through, it's something, just, don't eat it. Don't eat it.
I mean, it could go through like a rectified process. Whoa.
Yeah.
It could go through like a rectified process. I mean, there's, some essential oils that are quite toxic that have to be rectified to remove whatever constituent from it. I mean, there's not very many essential oils. Did I say quite a few? I don't know. There's hardly any essential oils, but there are some that have to go through that process. And so it's possible that they are rectifying it or whatever.
Yeah, and then we have Tiffany here saying that it is edible, used for centuries as topical skin treatment, common to be eaten in India. And I think what's important here to remember, one is there's several different types of aloe, and also I'm thinking more towards the American diet. In certain countries, a stomach probably can handle a raw
if
plant
you've been eating it
material
forever,
more adequately than somebody like us. Like if we ate that based on our American diet, the chances of us getting a stomach ache are pretty high. And when I say it's toxic, I'm not meaning like you're going to the hospital. I mean, you might have some diarrhea and stomach cramps and other like unpleasant symptoms because our body is not used to processing that kind of plant.
Make sure you do your research.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
take what we're saying, but I mean, if you find
Definitely
something
do
different,
your own
totally.
research, and of course we always err on the side of safety.
Yeah.
So, even if it probably won't make you sick, I still wouldn't recommend that anybody eat it without doing your own research or talking to a nutritionist or your doctor.
Yeah, and maybe diarrhea is normal for the person who's
Yeah,
been eating
absolutely.
it, so just
maybe they want diarrhea. Just kidding. Okay, any other questions? That's all I've seen.
Here's one. I've killed many succulents and cacti. I don't have a lot of sunlight. Our apartment roof covers a lot with our windows. What do you need? A grow light is always great. I have a really big aloe in my bedroom that doesn't get too much light, and I do have a grow light for it that really helps it out. But you also have to remember aloe specifically grows super slow. They're very slow. They don't grow like these guys over here or other succulents. So be patient with your aloe. And really, if it's looking good and the leaves are looking good, I mean, you're doing a good job.
Okay, so now I think that's a good transition.
Okay.
Let's talk about these. Whoa, I almost knocked that lavender over. Let's talk about, what do you call it? The chicks, the hen and chicks?
Hens and chicks. So these are really popular succulents, and we see them both like inside and outside, especially here in Idaho. They're all over gardens and sidewalks and everything. So they're called hens and chicks because there's these dominant succulents.
There's these hens and
right
here's
here
the chicks.
that are the hens, and then these little guys are all the chicks. So they're all the babies. Originally, I planted this last year, and it only had 5 hens. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here were the 5 hens, and this is the first time that I've done this. So I didn't know. I planted way too many in this little spot. But so it went crazy. And I brought this in here because this is actually a big project for me to do. Like, I need to remove all of these chicks and repot them. Otherwise, they're going to smother the hens. And then these hens aren't going to be able to pop off any more of these babies. So what you would do to propagate these or to take these off, these are so simple. You just cut them at the root, especially if they're getting like long roots like this one. They don't need to keep their full root, just maybe a little bit or even none at all. And then you can plant them directly back into a succulent potting soil. You could even put them into pea gravel or sand, and sometimes they do really nice. But these are definitely just probably the most easiest succulent I can think of. And yeah.
I'm seeing a ton of people saying that they love hens and chicks.
Yeah, really easy and just great for decoration too. You can, unlike a lot of other cactus and succulents that need that terracotta pot to really keep it nice and dry, these can stand to be a little bit wet. Like this guy's outside. I don't bring him in for the winter, so he gets snowed on and iced on and comes back and just does really great. So again, it also depends on your climate and where you live, but here in Idaho, these do pretty good outside. But you can bring them inside in the winter if you want, and they usually do just fine. And then you can tell that this guy also needs some work because there is some yellowing here. So that means it's just not getting the nutrients it needs because it's so blocked up in this little teeny tiny space. But again, there are different varieties of this. Sometimes they turn blue, sometimes they turn pink. So make sure that you know the variety that you have before you start thinking that it's sick.
It's changing colors for a bad reason.
Because it might just be the variety. These should be green. So this yellowing here shouldn't be happening so much. And I just, I really need to repot
love
it.
on your hands.
Jenny
Yeah.
wants to know, what is succulent potting soil?
if you go to, I mean, really most stores and of course every garden center, they're going to have potting soil specifically for succulents and cactus, and it is really well draining soil.
So it doesn't stay wet.
Yeah,
very
it's
long.
it can be sandy, it can be gravelly. It also doesn't have a lot of the fertilization that maybe like a container soil would have or a potting soil would have. It's really just the better way to go. I have planted these, specifically these guys, just in regular potting soil, and they've done okay. They've done just fine, but if you can, always try and start off with a really good, well-draining soil for a cactus or a succulent.
C. Jean Yoder says we should have a chick giveaway.
I know, I have so many on
Katrina
here.
has enough to give.
Oh, and these are great too, because you can pull them out, and just like the aloe, they can callus. Like so the roots or the bottom can callus, and you can still replant them. They can be pulled out and put in a cardboard box for months, and then you can take them out and replant them, and they'll come to life. That's what actually happened with these. These hens I had gotten from a friend of mine, and she had them just kept in a box. They were just little guys like this, and they were just kept in a box, and she didn't know what to do with them, so she gave them to me, and I just put them in this basket, and then they grew, and they did a really great job.
I love that basket, by the way.
Yeah, really low maintenance.
Could you remove some of those roots? Like, how well do they dry? Like, could they just be like a faux kind of decoration, like in a cute little glass jar? Like, how cute would that be?
They can. So if you were to take like one of these chicks off and put it, like, let's say in maybe a flat, I have dirt all over me, put it in like a flat kind of glass bowl with just some rocks in it, and then just stick them right in. I have some that I've done that for, and they've lasted, I mean, about a year now. And all I do is I take water and I like flick water on them every.
Oh, so you still
every
put
now and
water
then.
on?
I
still put water them?
I still put water
That
them.
makes sense.
And so I flick them with water, but they're not growing, they're not producing anymore. They're staying really exactly as they were when I put them in the rocks. So you can do that, but they're not going to take off, and they might start drying a little bit too.
I wonder what that looks like if they dry. Because I would be okay as long as it stayed looking like that. You know, just instead of having like a faux plant, right? Just do one. Oh, she's just gonna do it.
Well, I was gonna take this one out here. Okay. So when they start drying, it's very noticeable.
Oh, so that's what all the leaves will look like.
Yes. Like all of them will start drying like this. And then so with this big root here, you can keep that and you can plant that whole thing in, or you can cut it off. It does not need this huge root right here.
Exactly. Jerry knows what I'm talking about. I could put rocks and just sprinkle some water on it. Maybe spray them.
You could. It's not going to last indefinitely.
Look at how cute
But
it'll be.
it'll last long enough to be a nice centerpiece if you have family coming
I like
over.
it.
And then later, when all that fun stuff is done, you could take it and you can like actually plant it in some good soil and do that.
Because you said for a couple months they can be out.
I mean,
before
really,
you replant.
I've had mine for like a year, and it's actually in an antique ashtray that I got from a family member, and it's just got some rocks in it, and it's got some of these in them, and they've stayed just like, you know, really small, really cute. It's in a bookshelf, so it sees almost no light, and it's just now starting to brown and look like it needs to be somewhere else. So I missed it. What's the name of that succulent? This is hens and chicks.
Hens and chicks.
Because there's hens and there's little baby chicks.
Lisa's telling me to get air plants. I could get air plants.
Yeah.
I just thought Katrina has enough to share. Just kidding. Let's see. Another. Okay. I mean, I didn't see any other questions. They survive crazy things. Yeah. Sarah says she's had hers live through snowy winters. Katrina says hers live outside under the snow.
And it depends on your habitat and how warm or how cold it is. I know some people don't have success with it, but you can always bring these inside if they're potted. And then you could keep them in a garage, so that way they're not going in and being outside and then going inside to the dry air that we have inside.
Mine have survived deep depression
Congratulations, Stevie.
and self-loathing.
Yeah.
Okay. Whoa. Almost threw that. Okay, awesome. Thanks,
Yeah,
Katrina.
you are
I really am
welcome.
going to do this. I'm just going to clap.
Thanks, Retha. We might need to do some vacuuming up here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it, though. It's super
Yeah.
cute. Okay, guys, that's it. Next Monday, we will be back for another Natural Monday. Well, it's not it. That's it for Katrina and her plant part. But next Monday, are we going to do the mother-in-law tongue next Monday?
Yes, we are.
Yes! Yay! That's what one I really want because I want one of those plants in my house, as well as this now. I'm going to totally do that. Fill it with rocks and put like a few of those on my my fireplace, my mantle. That's the word. Okay. So, for those of you who don't know what Downton Abbey is, it's a show that's coming out as a movie. I don't even know. But apparently, we have a blog to help celebrate Downton Abbey's return. And it shares some diffuser recipes that kind of go along with the show. We did this for, what movie was it? Like a Star Wars? Yeah, we did it for Star Wars, and apparently, who wrote this, is also a fan of Downton Abbey.
Well,
I'm a fan of Downton
I
Abbey.
do believe that the Queen is coming to Downton Abbey.
I'm supposed to specifically say that.
I'm just saying
It's been on
these
my outline a
blends-
few times.
These blends
Are
will
for the
help
Queen?
you.
That's what the movie's about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think the movie's about her coming.
Yeah.
So these blends will help you prepare for when the Queen comes to your home.
Cigars and port with Lord Grantham.
Ooh.
Mrs. Patmore's
I
kitchen.
love Mrs. Patmore. She's
Tea time in the library. English garden. Hunting on the grounds.
I love that we do these blends. I know we have some too for Game of Thrones and for Harry
Oh,
Potter.
Game of Thrones
yep.
was
Super
one of
fun,
them, yeah.
Super fun and really unique blends.
Yeah, especially if you're familiar with the show too. You know, I think it's just like another fun way to incorporate essential oils and just like really see the fun things you can create with them. I think it's pretty awesome.
So, Retha, looking at those ingredients, which one do you think would be your favorite?
Oh, okay, this is fun. Fantastic Franks, clary sage, Peru balsam, and lemon. The wit and wisdom of Dowager Countess. Let's see, Buddha wood, coffee, vetiver, black pepper.
Yeah, that one sounds good.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, I'm not a huge coffee. If you took coffee out, that one would be mine all day. But I'm not a huge coffee aroma fan. Sweet orange, copaiba, cinnamon, clovette. Well, I mean, that one would be wonderful this time of year for sure. Mrs. Patmore's kitchen. Oh my goodness, you can just like smell that wonderfulness. Cedarwood, amorous, nutmeg, lemon. Oh, definitely not that one. Jack pine. Oh goodness, I don't know.
Ooh.
I'm gonna say this time of year, I'm gonna go with Mrs. Patmore's kitchen. But I also think the hunting on the grounds would be wonderful. And for the, what was it? This one, cigars and port with Lord Grantham, I would leave out the coffee. And I think that would be so yummy smelling. So really, I want all of them. How about you guys?
I think I'd do the cigars with pork and the hunting grounds because it had patchouli in it.
Yeah.
such a
Katrina,
hippie.
did you see a favorite?
That cigars one, I'm just curious how that one would smell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I might mix that up and check it out.
Yeah. Well, that's that, you guys. If you haven't seen Downton Abbey, you should see Downton Abbey.
It's actually kind of mesmerizing.
It's a great show.
I've watched it with Heidi and not complained.
I think my sisters and I are going to do a sisters night and go watch it in the theaters. Anyway, so let us know if you make up any of those diffuser blends. Becky says she has tickets for Saturday. Let us know if you make up any of those and if your favorite. You can tag us using hashtag I love plant therapy, and then that allows us to see what you say on social media. So make sure you do that. Okay, so we have, let's see. I'm losing my spot. Okay, we're going to do a PT Friends giveaway. And for our PT winner today, we have an aroma pod, a secret essential oil that I'm not going to tell you what it is, and then a plant therapy white gift box with, I'm guessing it has the cards in them, the little gift cards in them, made by Jerry. So this is what the PT Friends is going to win. Ooh, we should do this one since it kind of reminds me of Downton Abbey. Okay, let's see. This was sent in from I'm going to butcher your name. Toklai. Tokli. That's what I'm going with. From China. Dear Plant Therapy PT friends, I'm now on vacation to Macau, China, which is a little city next to Hong Kong. Macau is a Portuguese, I can't read that. Portuguese something before returning to China. So it must have belonged to
Like
Portuguese.
a port or something? It
I
looks
don't
Portuguese.
know. Portuguese before returning to China in 1999. Just want to say hi from here. Thank you, PT, for all the awesome deals and products.
Yay, Ty.
So this right here is an ancient church, the ruins of St. Paul's, it says. That's really cool. That's really cool that it used to be Portuguese and now it's China.
Like a Portuguese settlement, maybe?
I don't know. We're going to have Katrina see if she can read it. Let's see, right there. Hi, Instagram.
What's on this word right here?
No,
Oh, that's
right there.
little.
That's
Oh.
little.
Colony?
Oh, a colony. That makes
A
sense.
Portuguese colony, and now it
It's a
belongs to
colony
China.
Before returning to China in 1999.
Okay, there you go. Thanks, Katrina.
Thanks.
Yay!
Jerry figured it out.
That's really cool. That's really awesome. Maybe someday I'll go to China, to Hong Kong. I actually would really think that was pretty cool. Okay, so thank you for sending that in. Email cs@planttherapy.com and we'll make sure to get this awesome little gift set sent to you. And Danny, how does everyone else send in a picture to also have a chance to win?
Ooh, that's a good question. They need
Thank
to
you.
send your postcards and all the other things to PT Friends at 510 2nd Avenue South, Twin Falls, Idaho 83301. Yes, I am awesome with words.
Okay, so let's see. Oh, they said she commented and said it is colony, but I don't see her comment.
We're looking. But she's watching. I'm
She
excited.
is.
Woohoo!
She is. Okay, awesome. So make sure you send in, it can be a picture of like your family, it can be a picture of your hometown, it can be someplace you visit. Yeah, so
There it is. Jessica Tsai.
Jessica, that's awesome. Email cs@planttherapy.com. We're going to send you that fun prize package, and thanks for sending that picture in. Does it have to be a picture, Sherry says?
No. No. Absolutely not. I'm going to say no.
People send in letters.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
We just want to hear how you guys
We just
are
want to
doing,
get to
what
know
you're
our
doing.
customers. Yeah, we like to
Absolutely.
get to know our customers. Yep. So postcard, picture, letter, anything that we can share on the live that helps us get to know our customers. Awesome. Okay, guys. So now it's time for a giveaway. You will have until midnight tonight to enter the giveaway. You'll need to enter via the giveaway link. For Facebook and YouTube, it can be found in the comment section as well as in the description for the live video. And on Instagram, it's going to be found in the Plant Therapy Stories. You are going to just go to that stories and then we'll have you swipe up and it will take you to the giveaway. So the giveaway question is, what was the name of a plant Katrina talked about today? Who was listening?
A plant.
It can be either one. It can be this baby, or it can be these chicks. Just kidding. Tell us. Let's choose 2 winners for this one, and each of the winners are going to win a $25 store credit to planttherapy.com. So make sure you go and enter the giveaway. Tell us what a name of one of the plants that Katrina talked about today. Make sure you do that via the giveaway link and before midnight tonight, and we're going to choose 2 winners. So good luck to everyone. And that's it, guys. I see a lot of people talking about how they're just starting Downton Abbey right now and all this fun stuff. So make sure you go and check out those blends. Let us know what you think. Katrina, if you try that, cigar one. Let us know what you think.
I will.
Okay, guys, don't forget, Lavender Fine is the oil of the Spotlight Oil of the Week. You have today and tomorrow to get 15% off of Lavender Fine. Just add it to your cart and the discount will automatically be applied. Don't forget to check out the fall blends. You heard a comment this morning from one of our Instagram viewers that she diffused fall rain and then it started raining the next day. So make sure you check out the fall blends. The Decade Set, we talked about that on Friday. We just launched the Decade Set, so they can now be purchased individually or as a set. So if you've been waiting to purchase one of the individual Decade Set oils, make sure you go and check that out. And on Wednesday, we are going to be talking about our new Spotlight Oil of the Week and sharing our fact or fiction section. So it is our Wisdom Wednesday. Make sure you come and join us. That's at 5 p.m. Mountain Time. Have an amazing Monday, and we'll see you Wednesday. Bye, guys.